railway station story. What if one small act of kindness could change someone's entire world? This story will touch your heart. At an old railway station, a wealthy man named Joseph sat on a wooden bench with his 6-year-old son, Peter, waiting for the train. Joseph looked elegant, wearing a branded suit, polished shoes, and a shining luxury watch. In his hand, he held a sleek, branded briefcase. Beside him, Peter looked stylish and modern. Across the platform, near a worn-out pillar, sat another boy, John. Unlike Peter, John came from poverty. His clothes were old and dirty, his face unwashed, and his small bare feet rested on the cold ground. John's eyes kept returning to Peter's sneakers. Again and again, he stared at them with deep longing, silently wishing he could have something so beautiful. Peter noticed John's gaze. For a moment, their eyes met, one filled with quiet envy, the other with innocence. Just then, the sound of a whistle broke the silence. The train pulled into the station, filling the air with smoke and noise. Joseph stood up, holding Peter's hand. "Come on, Peter. Our train is here," and began walking towards the train. But as they moved, Peter turned his head back one last time. He saw John still sitting by the pillar, his eyes fixed on those sneakers. Peter suddenly pulled his hand free from his father's grasp. Surprised, Joseph stops, turns back. "Peter, what are you doing?" Peter walked straight toward John. He stood in front of him for a moment, then quietly bent down, slipped off his sneakers, and placed them gently in front of John. John's eyes widened in disbelief. Slowly, he looked up, his face wet with tears. His lips trembled as he whispered softly, "Thanks." Peter smiled warmly, then turned back toward his father. Joseph looked at his son with admiration and pride. He placed a gentle hand on Peter's shoulder, and together they walked toward the train. Meanwhile, John slipped his feet into the sneakers. A big smile spread across his face as he stood tall, feeling joy he had never felt before. The train began to move. Filled with excitement, John started running alongside it, his new shoes carrying him forward with energy and happiness. Inside the train, Joseph and Peter watched through the window. They saw John running beside the train, smiling with pure joy. Joseph and Peter exchanged a glance, and then both smiled, their hearts filled with quiet happiness, because in that moment they knew. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can change someone's entire world.